Cześć, witajcie w kolejnym odcinku serii MrOmen z Gościem, w którym moim gościem jest Dorjan. Zaraz wyjaśnię, skąd go możecie znać, skąd go możecie kojarzyć. Jesteśmy oczywiście na finałach ligi Wargaming.net, a mój dzisiejszy gość, przede wszystkim pewnie kojarzycie go z serii Best Replays of the Weeks. W tych powtórkach, w których macie najfajniejsze, najciekawsze, może najbardziej niesamowite zagrania, to właśnie głos Dorjana jest tym, który słyszycie. Zapytam go ogólnie właśnie o tę serię i przede wszystkim o finały. So, hello Dorjan, it's really nice to see you here.
It's nice to be here, actually. It's an amazing big event, so it's great to be here.
Okay, so first question, how you became the commentator of Best Replays of the Weeks?
I think basically it's because I'm British, but actually it's the way to talk. The Best Replays of the Week is actually translated from the Russian version, and the script didn't make much sense in English, so I kind of made it more British, more English, to upgrade the jokes, so it's actually more funny. And then I just read it, and they liked the voice, so that's how it came about.
Maybe you remember any replay that was really interesting, maybe stunning or awesome?
For Best Replays of the Week, it's really hard because I don't actually get to see the replays or the video until after I've done my voice acting. So I actually have to guess, I have to do the whole script without actually seeing the replays at all. So I actually don't get to pick myself. It's done by a team of other people.
So we are doing something like a dubbing without the video.
That's right. I get the script, I get to localize it, I get to fix it, and then that's it. I read it, I guess what's happening, I do not know, and then only afterwards do I get to view the video and go, oh, this is actually not what's exactly going on, or it is. And that's why sometimes there's a mistake with like the tank name or something like that, and yeah, that can happen, and it's unfortunate, but it's nothing under my control. So
how long and how many time you need to prepare one movie for Best Replay of the Weeks?
Now that's a twofold question. Because they do it in Russian first, all the preparation of the camera angles and stuff like that is dealt with someone different. The script writers look through all the replays and choose the ones, make a story out of them. They do normally a few more replays than actually gets chosen, and then they pick the best ones that come out on the top, and then it gets thrown to me only after they've done basically the Russian version. So it does take a full 2 weeks of a lot of people's time to actually get it done to the quality it is. But it's not 100% of everyone's time. It's about 2 weeks in the process cycle, and they couldn't really do it any quicker. They couldn't be weekly.
And your part of work?
Of that particular work? Well, it's the voice acting and the writing and the, making sure it's funny, that sort of stuff.
Make it sure it's funny, yeah.
Well, that's actually one of the things I was stressing. The Best Replays of the Week, to me, when it first came to me, was a bit more like no comments, but with comments, and it was a bit flat. It wasn't actually that funny, and most of the jokes didn't really translate. A lot of Russian jokes, really, that no one else would understand, and I changed them to more generic jokes, a bit more slapstick, and trying to make it a bit more entertaining for the audience. So.
Okay, understand. So please tell me right now, what do you think about Lemming Train, our Polish team performance during first day?
What words can you say to describe it? They started off strong. Before they came out of the hotel, I shook their hands and said, if you win your first match against Synergy, you will win the whole tournament. And they did it, and I was like, yes! And then they go play against Simp. I was like, they've got this. And then they lose. And I was like, what? What? They didn't really lose. See, I think that the second game against Simp, they didn't really lose. Simp was lucky. It was a case of, I don't think Lemon Train actually lost that. But then they had to take out Synergy again, and they did it. And then they came up and just slapped Simp aside and went through. So I'm still confident. Arete, they've got that, I think. Lemon Train are doing really strong, and they're going to power through the Koreans, I believe. They've met them before. They've seen them at WCG, and Simp were better than Arete. In fact, in training, I believe Simp guys told me that they've been playing against Arete and winning 90% of the training. So if that's the case, then I've got a feeling that Arete is not going to stand a chance against Lemon Train, which means their next big match, Navi. And that is going to be a match to watch.
Okay, what about other teams? What is your opinion about maybe Virtus Pro or something?
Virtus Pro is another one of these teams. I don't really have that much respect for some of the big Russian teams that are meant to be amazing. They seem to lack cohesion. They seem to not be one unit. They seem to be arguing a lot, changing a lot of players. Virtus Pro keep themselves to themselves. They've been doing well. They've got a good manager, Diver, really controls them, make sure they don't get drunk or whatever, and really focus they do. And they are a powerful force. Whether they can take down Unity or whoever comes out of this group is another question. Unity are great on one day, other days not so great. So I don't know. I really am hoping for Lemming Train, Fnatic, Navi, PvP Super Friends, just because they're crazy fun as the top four. And that's what I'm really hoping for, from personalities and consistency and the actual people who really want to be here. And not just because we're amazing and we don't talk to anybody because we're the best. And that happens with Virtus Pro. You can't talk to them. Unless you're a Russian yourself, they don't talk to you. And some of them know English. It's just a case of we are us and you are you. You are you.
Okay, so maybe standard question, because you are playing random games in World of Tanks, yeah? So what is, or maybe what are your favorite tanks?
Now, this is actually one that people wouldn't believe. The KV-13, before it was changed and completely nerfed, was amazing. It was like super fast. It was like a T-52, the original one, but with massive damage-soaking tracks. Although you kept getting tracked, no one could actually kill you. It was amazing, and the gun was meh, but it was just I had like a 80% win ratio, and when it changed, I played it once. I was like, never again. It's more like a KV1 now. It was like, whatever. Other than that, I loved the Hetzer. When I used to train a lot of people into the game, Tier 4 was the big tier spread, back before it was shrunk to a thing. And the Hetzer's gun could kill a Type 59. So it was a case of, it could easily pen it from the side, of course, not the front. So I love playing in it for that reason. Other than that, IS-3 is my go-to tank when I just want to kill things. If I really want to focus, 5100 or the 90 or T69, they're all really good tanks. Other than that, I learned to love the KV-5. My win rate is like 49 with it because I just charge the enemy and try and get the biggest round possible, and that is it with it. It used to be a good money maker, but not so much anymore. Other than that, another favorite tank, I suppose, Cromwell. Pretty good fun to play. I like the faster tanks, the faster med tanks. I really enjoyed it. The T-34-85 is another tank that I play all the time, and I would say they're the ones I enjoy. If I have to just play one or two games, I'll go to them first every time.
Any tier X's?
Tier 10s? No, I don't really play tier 10. I play tier 9 more often, but still tier 8 and below usually. I don't get to play all that much. Very busy at the moment with everything that I'm doing. So when I'm playing, I want to play the tanks that kind of help with my job, the tier 8s, and I enjoy the tier 6s because the skill level is not particularly high all the time, and I can relax a bit more, and I play tanks to relax more than being competitive, so it's that reason. But I do play an A series, so I am practicing for my cast, like to practice playing professionally. So that's why it's tier 8s and tier 5s and 6s.
Okay, I think that's all. Thank you so much for the interview. I hope I can meet you on random. Maybe we can play some Platoon, because I was going to invite you to a Platoon some days ago. But because I think that I saw you in a Platoon with QB or some other YouTuber. No.
You would have seen me with Highflyer. You would have seen me with Highflyer, not Quickie Baby. The only one I stream with or play with is Highflyer from the big streamers. Probably Wilkie after this event. But of the high-profile guys, the only one I really hang out with is Highflyer. Because of the casting we did together. Odin Mortis guys as well, you might have seen me with. I seem to hang out with them quite a bit. But apart from that, yeah, of course, if you or anyone out there wants to play a Platoon with me, if I'm online, I normally play solo matchmaker. I know everyone's like, that's crazy, how could you do that? But it's my fun. I will charge ahead, and if I die early, I can go back to garage, pick another tank and go. And I still have a 57% win rate, which is not bad for solo matchmaking. Come on.
Okay, thank you once again for the interview. I think that was really nice to see you. Dziękuję wam bardzo za uwagę. Moim gościem był Dorjan, którego kojarzycie zapewne z powtórek, tak jak mówiłem, Best Replay of the Weeks. Thank you so much, Dorjan, for the interview, and I hope I see you again.
You will. Cheers.
Dzięki, do następnego. Cześć.